Alrighty, we are live. Let's get right into it here. Let's get the link sent out first, and then we'll do the rest. Copy. We get the bot turned on here, and then let's make sure that we're in the right account. Tradeovate, good. All right. Version 5. Let's get to work. Make sure audio is good. It is. Yo, Callie was good. What's going on, y'all? Happy to have you guys here. Let's see. So I made some updates over the weekend, and we're going to test them out here and see how it works. And today's version might be slightly different from the one I finish with tomorrow. We'll see. But wanted to test out trading trends here instead of trading straight up reversals, and we're going to see how this one works out for us. So we'll let a new trade pop up here, and then we'll go from there. But so I need to update this so that trades enter at the close or open of the candle, whichever one. So we'll need to work on that. So ideally, some of these trades happen either here or here. Ideally, here would be great, or here that'd be great, or rather here, I guess. So here we go. Let's see, long signal there. Whoa, that'd have been really cool if we got in that trade, but magically we didn't. So that doesn't help, does it? What the hell? Well there was a perfect trade there. Didn't get our order filled at all. Let me check to see if we even got an alert. No, no alerts. Well, that's really disappointing. Maybe we'll have to trade these signals kind of manually. Give me a second here. Oh, okay. That's fascinating. Let's close that out. Um, wow, that order was super late filling. Oh, that's why. That's the signal. I see. Don't love that. But I'm glad we got it filled though. Subscriptions, evals, edit. That's fine. All right. Okay, so we're gonna have to tinker with this one. This was gonna be a tricky one today. Well, that was fascinating. All right. Weekend was solid, Rami. How was your weekend? So let me show you guys the stats while we're waiting for our next trade here. That one caught me off guard, and I know why it caught me off guard. I just wasn't fully expecting it to. Okay, face is a little large, isn't it? Oh, right there. Okay, so the way that this thing our newer version works, let's go strategy tester here, is we have some updated stats that look pretty good. So maybe I can show you guys the previous one, but here's kind of where we're sitting right now. The reason we have 58,000 trades and not 100 is because I don't have the partials on. So if I do that, it cuts the profit factor down a little bit, and so I have it turned off. But we'll see. We'll wait for a new trade here. But it'd be the same number of trades. We would just exit a trade with the partials. So 117,000 trades. So basically the same amount, but I turn it off though. So here are the stats that I'm looking at here. Let it load again. Here is, and this is closer to where I want to be with this. I think we're kind of sitting in the right spot. So I'll show you. Let me make sure I'm not in trade right now. All right. Oops. So 80% win rate, 1.387 profit factor. So closer to getting that 1.4, which is sick. Net profit of 50 with a max drawdown of 40 or 0.35, which is lower than it was before. Average trade was $3, now it's $8. So really good stats here all across the board. Very happy with these metrics. Like this, as long as we get the order entry correct, which is what I want to work on because I don't want it to be as random as it is. As long as we get this correct, we're going to have some things that we can really scale. Like we can take this and, and really like do some damage with it. So as you guys can see, like this trade right here, like ideally this trade opens right there and we capture all of this, which would have really been nice. So we didn't, and that's annoying, but whatever. So I can probably get rid of some of these white lines, I guess. I see what you're doing here. I see. Okay. Yeah, stinks that we missed this signal though. That was sweet. That signal was awesome. We'll wait though. So back to the strategy tester here. So again, really good stuff here. This I feel very confident putting in your guys' hands and letting you obviously put your accounts to it and trade it with it, make you money. I feel great about that. So I want to fix the entry so that we enter probably at the candle open based on the calculations. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That's what I want at least. If we make that change and those updates look good, then I think we can be ready for this thing to come out. Now, what I will do is probably add some labels to these lines so you know what's going on. So make it a little bit easier just to see, like this is your trailing stop. This is also, or this is your drawdown or your stop loss. This is your trailing profit. If you want to take a partial, these white lines actually signify entries. So they're okay. Not a huge fan of that, but we'll adjust it. But I can't argue with the math of this here. So very, very excited about this. I didn't think that getting to 80% with this profit factor was going to be possible and take this many trades. I actually don't even know how many trades that is a day. So let me do some quick math here. Let's see. 58. Do some math here and see what we got. How many trades a day are we getting? Okay, so we're getting about 76 trades a day, which is pretty good. Which means we're getting about 3 an hour. That's pretty solid. Ideally, we'd like more, but I'll live with that. I will live with that. So good stuff here. We obviously get a little bit more than 3 an hour, but we'll take it. I think it counts Sunday a little bit too much. It's okay though. All right. So we'll get some updates here, and then we'll see if I get the newer version right while I'm watching this, and we'll see what we got. Yeah. We will wait. ATR sitting at 14. Okay, so we're probably in the right size. We could be a little small as far as our we're up $9 today, by the way. Um, I didn't like the way this trade plotted for me, and so I jumped out while it was open. It would have made some money, but wasn't a huge fan of how it was looking, so we got out. But I was gonna say, sorry. Oh, risk size. Yeah, so we're probably trading at maybe a little lower of risk than we could be. We could probably bump this up, but let's give it a couple trades here. Again, this is my first time testing this version of it, and this is by far the best version that we've gotten back so far. So very excited about that. Again, I don't love these entries. I love the trades. I don't love the entries. So, for example, we can go back like this trade here. Like if we get this one at the open, that one's going to be a winner right away. If we get this one at the open, winner right away. If we get this one at the open, same thing. This one at the open, even better. The same one, same thing with this one right here. If we get that, like fantastic. Um, if it gets open down here, a chance to be profitable, but then it would have been really tough. If this one opens up at the open, also really tough. So we're just going to see how that next update happens. The reason I don't like some of these trades the way they are right here is, and why is that one so close? I get it, but maybe I need to expand that a little bit. The reason I don't like these is the entries become a little bit random. I'd rather be at the candle close so that we know we have maybe another 30 seconds before a trade happens rather than it just happening and then we have to deal with it. So if I have to sacrifice a little bit of win rate to get that, then I will. And also, these trades should close a lot better than they do. Let's do this really quick. If I change the trail and I make it 7 points, what happens? Oh, interesting. Okay, so a tighter trail makes more sense. Not 3, 4. That's fascinating. Let's see what we got. Okay. Long position here. There's price. Good. Let's open up a bit of a trail here. We'll do a sell limit of 2. Put that down here. Watch price go here. We're up about $34 in this trade. Now we're pulling back a little bit. Okay, +8, good. Okay, do expect to deal with a little bit of drawdown here. That's pretty normal for some of these trades, so not too worried about it. Be patient though. Kind of looking at this spot down here, this 37 level, maybe even 36, kind of being like, okay, if the price breaks down here, we could get down to here, and maybe I don't want to be a part of that. So we'll wait and we'll see what happens here. Okay, good. Had price going up for a little bit. Again, we have price basically sitting kind of like right in here. And so I guess if we got down to this level right there, that would be kind of like, maybe I should stop out. So 34, which is only 3 points away. So 4 points away from this, 3 points away from here. So that'd be a pretty tight stop, but let's just give it some time here. We'll be patient with these trades. Okay. I do expect price to retest this high. Like that's kind of what I'm expecting. It might not happen in this candle or the next, but I do expect price. But I also expect price to touch and retry this low here too. So ideally, we touch this one first before we touch this one, but it could get a little interesting here. Get this one off the screen. You know where that is. Okay, we're trying. We're trying, but we can't break this high. What's this? 49. Having a tough time breaking that 49 level. So let's see what we get. Basically, having a tough time breaking our entry, which is it's fascinating. A lot of fun. Okay. Now, one thing about this version, and maybe tomorrow this can be different, maybe later today even, is that we do have like an average of about 9 candles, I believe the stat was. Let me see. Well, this trade's still working its way. Let's go. Let's go here. Yeah, we average about 9 candles a trade, and so for these to be open, this is 485. Good grief. Okay, I like that better, I guess. Um, we're averaging 9 candles a trade. So entry one, two, three, four. We're kind of halfway to our average. Now, because these are futures and because these do trade overnight, usually at night, these trades happen a little, it takes a lot longer. And then during the day, during the market hours, obviously there's a lot more volume while markets open. But nonetheless, we still average 9 candles a trade. So this thing is kind of looking like it's going in our direction. Doesn't mean a whole lot. It could easily change and come back down and hit my stop. But um, I do expect this thing to take its time here because we're trying to go up and move off of this move over here, but it's tough. Let's see. We wait. Okay. There we go. We're positive. Okay. Okay. Waiting. That's exactly what I meant. Is price could easily reverse back down. Let's see. Do we want to hold or no? That's fine. We'll exit minus 92. We'll exit that trade. We're not going to hold on to that one too much longer. Unless price just wants to fly up, that'd be insane. But we'll exit. We'll be disciplined on that one. We're not going to hold and pray. Although this is really annoying if that were to go and like get profitable. That'd be very annoying. My entry again was at that 49 level, and so oh god, we got profitable. Unbelievable. New long position here. Okay, good. Let's go sell two. There we go. Make some of that money back. Okay, or not. We'll have to let this one go. My stop order got messed up. We'll refresh this. Hopefully we have still money in the account when we get back. Here we go. There we go. Right, good. Move that there. There's 90, there's 102, good. 2. Good. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, nice. That puts us back. We're down $5 for today. So after that, all that, we're down $5. So positive, but after commissions, we're negative a little bit. All right. And we really didn't need to be negative. That's the nastiest part about this. We did not need to be negative. We ended up just closing out of this trade a little too soon, and boom, we would have been profitable. So whatever. Okay, good. Now we didn't get into this newest trade here, right here, because we were in this trade still. So when you guys have access to this and we're trading it, that'll be something that you'll see is when you're in a trade and a new trade opens in the same direction, you probably will not go ahead and get that. You won't get that entry. If that makes sense. And one thing about entering at the close of these candles is that it doesn't do this repainting thing. And wait, never mind. I know what happened here. It should be like 3, I think. Yeah, it looks funny. We'll get that adjusted, I guess. But they see it's back to 4.5. That's what it's trading at. 4 point. I think that is. All right. It's really trying. Sorry, I was looking at something different here. Bot was taking some decent trades on Friday, Cal, that's for sure. Yeah, Rami, we'll see what the win rate does. What would you change Friday bot? I heard you trend bot other reversals. Okay, so Callie, you were saying what made you change from Friday's bot? I heard you say. So what I didn't necessarily not necessarily changing. The entry logic is virtually the same. It's like a small tweak. What I want, and I'll show you guys this, but what I really care about is, and again, because the entries aren't, because they're a little different, some of these, the back test stuff's gonna look a little funny, but like this trade here looks kind of crazy. Anyway, what I want is to catch some of these moves here in the direction of the trend. a lot of the biggest losses that I was having was because price was going against, or we were getting in trades going against the grain. Imagine this trade right here being a short as an example, right? We obviously know we're in an uptrend. We want to take trades in this uptrend. Now, where we get into those trades matters, I think, the most. That's something that we can work on as well. But as an example, like all of these trades here, this one's a good one. Price, we get in right here. This next candle flies up. This is a 13 point move. Like that's good. This one isn't the greatest though. This is why I want to work on these entries. This one isn't good. If we got in at the open, boom, that's a great trade. Same thing with this one. But we're getting trades going in the right direction. We're getting trades going in the right direction, short. Previous bot, what we would get, and there's nothing wrong with it, I don't think. We might get a new trade here coming. Was just that we would go long right here, somewhere up here. We go long down here, which would be fantastic, by the way. But I don't mind like taking a long off of this candle or this candle either. Like I don't mind this, if that makes sense. I don't mind being late. We were getting like the right spot a lot of the times when we were getting price to actually reverse. What was happening though is that we would go long right here. We would go short right here, which was good. We'd go long right here, and then we would have a loss here because price would just go straight down on us. Then we'd go long right here, and this would work out. We'd take profit. Then we would go short right here, and then short right here. And like if we didn't catch some of these trades quickly, then we're like obviously we're trading against the trend, and it's going to be a short-lived trade if we even get to profit at all. And so imagine we would go short right here, which would have worked out. This one too would have worked out decently as well. Short, and then this would have been a short too, which would have worked out. This one would have worked out too. So like flipping back and forth, basically I just have to go off the numbers. Some of these trades I think would be really good as reversals. Reversal, this would be a good reversal. This one would even be okay, depending on when you got into the trade. But the stats show that it actually makes a little bit more sense to try and trade with the trend. We just have to get the right entries and so that we have a more consistent, and we know as traders, like when this buy is actually going to signal a trade. And so there are some, let me show you this style. There are some like labels that come that we could use as well that you guys can utilize if you'd like. I have them turned off because it's kind of a lot, but nonetheless. But we're basically just use the numbers. Okay, so we'll just look at, okay, what makes us the most money? And I guess a trail of 3 is the best. Let me do 3.5, but just see what happens here. Damn. Let's see. You don't have to abide by it, but I kind of like the stats being the way they are. It's pretty good. Okay, so like I like these stats, and if you like these stats, okay, great. But these numbers here are what I'm justifying everything else off of. Like these stats are actually better than. Let me pull the other one up. Actually, I'll do that. You guys can see the trades here too. You guys can they're the exact same trades, just reversed. If that makes sense. So good trade here, okay trade there, good trade here. This one's tough because we should take profit, but we'll see. Like that one's good. This one's good too. Oh, I gotta take this off, sorry. 1 second. Show you guys this. So you can just see the difference. So you can see this one, our drawdown's a little higher at 0.39 versus 2.3. Our profit's a little bit lower. We're at 60 versus 43. The big ones, the win rate, we're down about 5 points. We're at 82 or 83 to 78, and our profit factor is at 1.5 versus 1.257. So like we're just going to use the data here to tell us which way, which direction we should go. And the reversals I do like. But one thing about these reversals is that sometimes we get into these trades where we're just simply like, we get into this trade right here at the end, boom, blown out. Trade here, like this one's decent, but we end up losing. And this one here is actually really good. This one here, not so good. This one here, decent, good, okay. Long here is weird too. Short one here, not great. And then short here, like decent, but we're trending kind of in the opposite direction. So like I go back and forth with it, but my eyes tell me one thing, but the stats say another, and we have to go off the stats. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. But the thing about using a strategy, using a bot, is that you can see these things before you risk any capital. So you have to decide if you think this is good enough. Sharp ratio 1.3, it's okay. Profit factor 1.5, solid. Um, this thing does a better job going short than long. All right. New trade here. Okay, let's go. We'll do sell 2 over here. Let that swing low. Let's see. We're probably in a little bit too low a size, if I had to guess. Let me go. We'll wait for this trade, I guess. Then we'll change it. I don't think we're in enough size right now. The ATR is sitting at 9. Yeah. Not enough size on my chart. Okay, good. If I get up 20 again, I probably need to take some off the table here. Hey, that one got hit. Good. Again, I'm not trading the right amount of size for this, so these wins are going to look really small. Stupid limit order. I'll have to wait for this thing to get back to where I want it to be. That was stupid. We had profit. We didn't get it because our stupid limit order didn't work. I'm annoyed. If we get some green, I'll take it and we'll run, and then we'll change the, we'll update, we'll up the risk here just a little bit. Let's see. All right, let's go and do this. Price is not running. That's great. 8. Save. Save again. Okay. New long position placed, but I didn't see that we got into this one. It looks like we weren't able to get this one. That's fine. I'll live with that. But as you guys can kind of see, like this trade here being a little hectic because our limit order didn't work as well as it should have. We just don't have price moving as fast. But like this is a much better long position overall than short, if that makes sense. I'd rather be in a long here, and maybe price does come back down, but we had plenty of chances to take some profit here, versus being in a short, and we basically have one candle. We had a couple chances to be correct here on this trade. Here, and then it pulled back on us, and then this trade here, and then there's another one right here. Here's another chance. All right, so not a huge fan of where we are right now. Update that to 4. Do sell 4. Put that down here. A little more size here. It's probably the most size we've traded this morning or in the morning for a while, only because the ATR is so low. But as you guys can kind of see, like I don't love these spots that we're getting into. That makes sense. Like I just don't like where this looks. Like we should be, if they're gonna get into this trade, it should be like right here. Drawdown, yeah, fine, but still, like we shouldn't be forfeiting this amount of points on this trade here. Basically, 4 points. We should be able to have that back. Okay, let's see. We got price has been really choppy here, so I don't expect a whole lot. We'll see. Price has been really choppy. Okay. We're just back and forth. Huge jumps of price. Where is the VWAP here? I got a feeling we're like feels like we're right next to it, but we're not. We're close. Okay. And we've kind of seen this story before, haven't we? We had price basically. This was it. This trade here. Yeah, this trade. Price opened up. We were green for a little bit, pulled back huge. We ended up getting out, and then price ran through our open. So kind of par for the course right now. Okay. See if we can get this thing to break higher here. Okay. Had a chance. Big pullback here. Yikes. Did make a new high relative to the rest of these candles. Let's see how this one goes for us. I expect this one to test lower. Let's see. Okay. It's trying. Good. Can we get price to run a little bit further? Right now we're looking at 2 points right now, basically, of price moving. There we go. That was close. Good. Park that one right there. There we go. All right. Got out of that trade. Good old trade of 8. We're up at 30 bucks for today. So ATR not isn't really high. We've got pretty low movement. We're at 8 points per candle here. And so there isn't just a ton of action right now. Maybe the afternoon could open up for us a little bit. Let me see. Oops. Yeah, not a whole lot of no news really either. So not a whole lot going on right now at this point. At this point, really what we want to do, here's another long position, is just protect some of these trades, obviously, um, if we can, but just not take a ton of risk because it looks like the afternoon could be the time where we get all of the price movement and a lot of the like the large ATR and everything else. So we'll wait for kind of that. We'll trade smaller here. Ideally, we don't blow up our account. That'd be nice. Um, we'll wait though. So we'll see. And again, would love to get um, like this trade filled right here. Like that would be a much better fill, obviously. So that's an update that we'll get here, and we'll wait for it. Okay. Let's see. We'll probably need it. We'll move this out of the way. If we ever need it, we'll get it. Okay, we'll take minus 220 on that one. So really tough trade there. Kind of like the worst possible spot to get into this trade, if that makes sense. So I'm not excited about that. Okay. But we can kind of see like, okay, here's the, yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right. So we're going to get that updated, but we have to wait for it. We don't have it now, so we have to wait. But okay. There's some size for us, though. That's great. Maybe we can go back down to, maybe just go down to 6 if we keep this size here. 6. It's going to reject. Oh, it didn't. Great. All right. It changes to 3. Okay. We'll stop down there. Okay, good. We wait and we see. If you guys are new around here, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're close to that $1,000 subs, so that's great. Make sure you guys like the live stream as well. Make sure you guys like every video you watch. Great. Can you still do you still have? Yes, Craig, I still have it. I do. I still have it. Yes, still have the predictive model. Absolutely. But damn, I really enjoy getting into some of these trades at a different spot. And if I have to deal with a little bit more drawdown, then I will. But man, now this is the stop for this trade right here, technically at the 64 level. So I didn't hold on for this long, which that's on me, I guess. But this would be the stop for this trade. And then you could adjust this if you wanted to, so that it met kind of your risk standards. If I made the stop a little tighter, so instead of it being 23 points, I made it like 15 points, then that would change some of the dynamics of these trades. As in, like, we would get out of this trade right here, and then we'd be waiting for a new trade. I have it at 23. I'll keep it there for now. I like the stats there. But we'll wait. Are we down 150 bucks, 180 bucks today? What are we down? Whoa, how are we down 200 bucks? 212? I guess we would have taken, damn. All right, well, we'll battle back. We'll battle back on this one. Okay, so this one's working its way back a little bit, which is nice. So every once in a while, you get one of these trades where price just kind of like doesn't move a whole lot on you. And you have to wait a little bit. Now this trade here, we could get back to even. We're 10 points out. That'd be a hell of a trade though, honestly, if it didn't hit our stop and then it just took off again. That'd be crazy. Don't know if I'd be a huge fan of that. That'd be crazy. So again, small adjustments here, but kind of where we're sitting is like we're ready to go. Just I don't know why the individual chose to do it this way, because like this is not the way. But I don't know. Sometimes when you deal with programmers, they don't trade the markets themselves, and so they kind of just do things a little differently. And this trade's about to get even. Holy, this is the second time I've taken a loss on a trade that at one point was back to profit. So it happened on this trade here. It was quick, but it did happen. And then it happened again on this one right here. So this is just a bit of understanding the strategy. This is why I like look at the stats, but also just trade it, because if I know that I'm likely going to get a dip, not get my stop hit, and then have price roll up, then I should be ready to hold this position. And I really shouldn't have gone up in size. I should have just waited for price to do something different before going up in size. But that's okay. Lessons we learn in real time. Okay. 1050 don't? I don't know. Maybe Kev. I have no idea. I can get the free trial for it, Craig. Yeah, you can. Did you already have a free trial, Craig? Won't change my answer or anything. I just was curious. No. Yeah, I'll send you the link. Here's the hold on. Free trial. Okay, here we go. Craig, I'll send you the link here in the chat. Well, Craig, why'd you never sign up for it? That's the real question. There you go. You fill that out. Once the model, or not model, the bot is done, and I kind of figure out how I want to use it, not use it, but kind of give it away. If for those who want it, I'll delete the link for the predictive model, because it's in this kind of in between phase. It's a little confusing because I don't trade it live, but it is available if you want it, and people do like it. Now this is crazy. This is just obnoxious. But this is going to come with, like, think about trial and error, like this is part of it. This trade is a profitable trade by 5 points or so. We just had to deal with our entry was so ass. We had to deal with 20 points of drawdown before we got to profit. Not ideal, but still a profitable trade. Every once in a while, you're gonna have a trade where you just enter wrong. Now, in the updated version, we should get like only a 15-point drawdown. So we would save 5 points. I'd be cool with that. Like that 15 points is still a lot, don't get me wrong. But I'd be okay with that considering that this trade here, like we had a chance to be from 87 to 93 at 6 points. Like that's not a ton, but it's a decent amount. And this thing isn't done moving yet. So interesting. Interesting. Okay, so here goes price dumping off again. Fine. The market's up too in general. Qs are up big, nice. Treasuries are down, good. Palantir up big, nice. Damn, Roku. MSTR has been flat for a minute. Bitcoin chilling, Ethereum trash. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. All right, so this trade's closed, which again, I don't love that this like occurred. I don't love that. Like this is counting as a loss. Not a huge fan of that. This one too, which that one I guess I should have waited. I'll figure it out. But so it's just some small refinements here, like really small. Okay, short position here. Good. Kind of a small dump here. Let's see if this one continues to roll or not. Put that buy stop right there. Got taken out. Good. And we'll let this thing run a little bit more. We can. Okay. Okay, we're out of the trade. Good. Puts us down 200 bucks for today. So we end up making a little more than, actually, what are we down? Okay, we end up making 40 bucks on that. I'll take that. Again, goal of today is not to make as, well, it's always to make money, but not looking to break the bank today. What we really want to do is just test this strategy and see kind of how we want to play it. Um, Interesting. All right. So again, reason I want to like get some of this going here is this trade's a 5 point trade, so that's fine. ATR is really low, so none of these trades are going to be huge. But ironically, this would be a really good long right here. So we're gonna test that. This would be a fantastic short. Like this would be a good short, 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 short. It's just they long term they end up working out decently anyway. Um, so not a lot of movement today, so we shouldn't expect huge moves. We don't have the volume that the market needs to give us incredible moves. It looks like the market is kind of just chilling a little bit. This is a little rough. That's going to be hard to trade overall. This is a little bit easier. But again, if we got this trade to open here instead of here or down here, that would be a monster trade. Like that'd be a perfect trade. If we went long off of this, that'd be a really good trade. But we're gonna have to wait. Interesting here. Super fascinating, actually. Let's do. I'm gonna interrupt the stream really quick. Or interrupt the bot here. One second, and we are back. So ironically, a lot of these trades, I'm kind of just seeing it now. It's the first time I'm testing it. This is the worst one of the bunch. The rest of these would be really good as an invert. So short here, this one would be that'd be a fantastic trade. Going short here would be great. This one would be really tough, so that'd be an L. But this one would be really good. Great, 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 fantastic. And then this would be a long, pretty good right here. So I'm gonna test that. Let's see what those stats look like. But I do also want to update this so that these trades open at the candle open or candle close rather than while it's open. So two split tests to do. Two split tests to do, and we'll see what we got. Again, we always let the data and the stats lead the way. So strategy tester, here's kind of where we are right now. For those who are maybe new to the stream. Excuse me. And again, we'll get to the final version probably this week, if I had to guess, even like by tomorrow. So like this is the current version we're trading with right now. 83, 82, 83% win rate, almost 1.6 profit factor, like really good stuff. Profit really nice, drawdown really nice, like good stuff. Like this back test looks sweet. Yeah, this looks really good. So great, like that's an awesome strategy. From here though, I would just like to see if we could get, well, some of these numbers are either a bit higher, like this 83 to like 80, well, 82.95, let's be exact, to 83 and a half, maybe even 84, get this to 1.6 or 1.7, get this drawdown lower, get this net profit higher, get these the number of trades, number of candles in a trade lower, like a lot of refinement. So a lot of these tests are going to be incredibly small, like to the naked eye, damn near doesn't even change a whole lot. But it can mean a ton for us as traders. We want to be able to see some of these things. And if we can take either long positions, let me draw it because it's too much for me to just use the thing. I think, is it the highlighter? It's never the right one. Whatever the one I choose is always wrong. There we go. Like if we could take a long position, I mean, even on this one, like right here, that's better than this one. long position here. Long position would be here, here. Instead of dealing with some of this drawdown here, which was actually pretty good. This one would actually be here, which would be a loss. But this short would be probably right there. Actually, let me go back. I'm doing this all backwards. I think this is the way it'll be done. Let me do it again. Long trade would happen here. Okay, let's move my cursor around a little bit. Okay, on this trade. Long trade would be here, 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 there, there, right there. Long trade would be right here. Short trade would be right here. And so like these trades would be better. Like going long off of, well, this down here, this one, 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 and going short right here. All the trades would be really good. Minus that one would be tough, but still. This one would be good, this one would be good. So, and this would be great. So we'd have one bad trade per se if the calculation stayed the exact same, if that makes sense. So we should probably get ourselves a long here, if I had to guess. We'll see what price does with this. So all things equal, we'd have, I think, a much better chance of making more money faster, which is the goal. Even if the long-term trade suffered a little bit, if we could be in these trades for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 1 or 2 minutes, that's much more ideal than hoping or getting into a trade and letting price dance back and forth, and then it goes in our direction. Because as we know, price can dance and it will test lows or highs, and sometimes that can basically be our stop. And if we want to add scale to our account, so we want to trade more contracts, the more variability each trade offers, the worse our probabilities are of actually making money. So long position here, at least we should get one. Okay, good. So like you guys can kind of see, this would be a much better trade right here than up here. So I have to deal with all this drawdown. Not ideal. Now, yeah, we can still be right. Like price can still move, but let's move this down here. Would much rather see this entry not right there. Okay. So this order type stinks. I don't like this. So just a work in progress. But we're not far though. We're not far. These trades, all of these trades, like you just shift this blue arrow a little bit, are great. But where we get in the trade, which is my whole thing, that's all I care about, is where do we get into these trades? If it's bad, it doesn't matter. While this trade's working its way, since 9 o'clock, we've had 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This will be our 14th trade since 9 a.m. And so I'm always going to encourage you guys, especially when some of you guys get your hands on this. Again, it's the version that I enjoy and I like the most. I'm going to always encourage you to trade with lower size, because we'll win with a high win rate and we'll win with multiple trades. But trying to like break the bank with one trade could be tough, because that could be the loss that the bot takes. That wouldn't be great. But also sometimes you just have to deal with a ton of drawdown. And if you're on tilt because you don't have so much room, you might have to close out some of these trades a little bit sooner than you want. Or like I was in a trade, maybe it was this one right here, too much size, and then price ended up actually getting profitable for my entry. Was it that one? Or was it? It was one of these. I don't remember exactly where it was. But like I got out of the trade way too soon, and then price, it was this trade. Horrible entry. But like price got profitable. Like I was able to actually make money on this trade had I held it a little bit longer. But because I had so much size on, I wasn't able to see that. And so this trade could be the exact same. I don't know that it is. But like, now the other thing is this. If this was a short trade, as an example, like this would be a little 8-point move right here. Like that's pretty good. That'd be a really nice entry. I don't know if this trade holds. I don't know if this short would work all the way out to, getting down here. But like, it's a pretty interesting trade right here if it was short. It's long, so we have to deal with 8 points of drawdown. Well, technically, we have to deal with 10 points of drawdown, which is what this trade ended up doing. 10 full points, which is no fun. Might even test this low again here. And so we're going to test the inverse of these signals and see what happens here. Because I think short term, like trades within the first 30 seconds or so could be much better. And again, I will always optimize for a shorter, more efficient trade than a longer. Even if it's more profitable for the trade to hold on for a long time, I'll always optimize for a shorter trade um, rather than long. But we'll see. Let's see what this move wants to do here. Because we've held successfully down here multiple times. So let's see. Hopefully that is making some sense. If you guys are new around here, make sure you guys like the live stream and you subscribe. All new subscriptions help. They don't do anything for you, I guess, but they do help me. So I would appreciate that. Apex back on their 80% off. Of course they are. Of course they are. So like this is kind of what I mean is, here we go. This is no fun here. Close that one out at minus 210. So like this would have been a phenomenal trade. That'd have been 200 bucks for us to have taken this short right here. Like that would have been a fantastic trade. 15 points, like that's awesome. And in counting. So wanting to see the kind of the difference here, but this one was a little bit quick. That was a tough one. But again, this technically my stop is down here. So if I trade with 3-4 micros, not a huge deal. We're kind of just chilling, even though we'd be down a lot. But this is our stop technically. And so let's see what price does. Let's see if it races here, or does it hold? Today would be a really good day for reversals. It's just so choppy. So we're gonna test that out. We will test that out. Got to be a bit of a visionary here instead of looking at the actual results, because some of this stuff is a little tricky and I'm kind of annoyed by it. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Friday was probably our best day trading reversals, and I liked it. I just thought we got into some trades that were a little silly. And so today we flipped it over. Good, but now our entries are all messed up. So we have to get that fixed. But this would have been a fantastic reversal. So total of 19 points. We probably wouldn't have caught all 19 if I had to guess. But super, super solid trade right there. Like that would be a killer trade. This going long would have been a really nice trade. It would have ended up working out pretty good for us all in all. Short right here would have been a killer. Fantastic, fantastic. So we're gonna test this stuff. We're gonna test all of this and just see what's the best. Because ideally, like my preferred method would be taking trades with the trend, because you're going to get the most explosive move possible. But if that, and again, this is pretty good, but like if that doesn't give us the best chance to win the most money as many times as we possibly can, then we just can't use it. And if that means getting in front of a couple speeding bullets here, then that's what we have to do. Like this would not be a fantastic short. This would be really bad. But like that's part of it. So with this one, they would just be tough. That makes sense. But damn, this one never had a chance. We were profitable for us for a split second, and then boom, price flies down. So we wait. We wait. Okay. Mm. Yeah, what a silly way of doing this. So by default, with some of these entries, if we wait for price to run up at its peak, like we're always going to be at a place where we have to deal with drawdown and price rolls back. It's pretty rare that we would get price to roll up and exceed and like pass through and blow past our whatever our entry point might be. Actually, pretty rare. It happens here, kind of happens here, not really, but kind of. Same story with this trade right here. Same thing. It's pretty rare that we would get something like that, like this right here. That's pretty rare. Most times we get something like that. So very curious to know what the inverse would look like with this. I'm sure we'll get that back later today. Maybe I'll trade in the afternoon with it. If I get it by then, I don't know if I will, but if I do, we'll see. But right now, not off to a hot start with this. Not by any means. Hmm. Anyway, this is why we forward test live, so you guys can see it and I can see it. I don't test these updates before I go live for the most part, just so we can kind of document this journey. Maybe at some point we can go back and like splice up all of the different variations of this when we have the final version, and we can just look at the difference. Um, but no, we want to test this stuff live so you guys can see it, kind of see the process. Like the idea of these trades are good. If you just move them down like 5 points each when the entry actually occurs, most of these trades work out pretty good. So the direction of these trades is really nice. Or if we leave them the entries as they are, but flip them over and say now instead of going long go short, instead of going short go long, like then all of a sudden that is a much better option. So there we go, nice little move there. Let's see if we can go sell 3. Good, nice pop. We'll put that one right there for now. Kind of let price do its thing. Good, $50. That one got hit. Let's make another one. Whoa, well, that was fast, wasn't it? Okay, good. Hit. All right, we're out. So small little victory there, but okay trade. Okay. Again, this one's probably better suited as a short, but based on the entry price being all the way up there, which it wasn't up there, it was like down here. But okay. All right. So like, and this is sometimes when you do the basically what these are these are stops. So these are basically limit orders that are placed, and when price hits it, we get a fill at whatever we get. And so I think our fill was down here. The entry technically should have been up here, but price touched it, rolled back a little bit, then ran up. Um, so when you do an order like that, you do get some of the benefit of the doubt, but you deal with a lot more slippage than you'd expect, and so that's part of it too. It's typically why I prefer um, only taking trades and only opening trades either at the open of a candle or at the close of the previous one or whatever, open, close, whatever it is. Um, Trying to do the high or the low gets really tricky um, because it looks a little funny and typically your orders get messed up. If you try to time the high, rarely do you have more room to go. And so you're always going to deal with being in the trade negatively. It's like this trade here, but hmm. So we'll see. I'll see if that win rate stays or if that profit factor stays, which would be interesting. We'll see if that is the same. We will see. So tough and slow start to our Monday, but that's okay. We'll pick it up. We'll pick it up. We will pick it up. Appreciate you guys liking the live stream and subscribing if you are new. And we wait. Hopefully you guys are having a much better start to your trading week than I am so far. But ideally what we'll do tomorrow is also do another, we're down 373 right now. Not looking good. See if we can battle back in the afternoon. But hopefully you guys' week has started out better than mine is, because it's not looking fantastic. Okay. So this would have been an amazing short position, by the way. Like, incredible. What the other bots say. Today is just a much better day for the other bot. Long right here, long off of this, short off of this. Like, look at this nonsense. This is a much better, this would have been a weak ass trade. That was stunk. Decent, decent, decent. So like, you guys can kind of see what I'm getting at with this is like long off of this right here, short over here, short here. Had a chance. Short, really good chance. Good, good. So like today would have been a much better day for reversals, which is good. So I want to test the other side of this, which is, okay, now I have these like limit orders that I want to play with. Cool. I've got kind of like a new toy. I want to see if this would give me more profit if I just flip these trades over. That's idea one. The other idea would be, which I think could be more profitable, I'm not sure, that's why I want to test both, is waiting for these trades to or these candles to close, then entering the trade. Now that might, in some cases, give me a really good, like a really good trade. In other cases, it could give me a huge amount of drawdown, and so I just need to see, and we'll forward test it. We'll test it live. I want to see which one of those, and what I'll probably do is test the one that has a better profit factor and win rate. But we'll test both potentially. Obviously, if there's one that's way better, then we'll just do that one. Like, why would we not? So I don't know, but if you guys, all these blues, just imagine a red. All these reds, imagine our blue. And I think some of these trades would work out like in our favor. Today would have been a much better day for the other bot, to be honest with you. But that's okay. That's okay. So what I'm thinking here though is that we'll test the flip version and see how that goes. And then I think we'll be ready to release it. Now, again, what I'd like to do is test it a couple days without having to wanting to update it, 100 times, and just kind of get comfortable with it. And then from there, I think we'll be ready for that first little test group. Go from there. We'll see. But really excited. But again, some things you try and it doesn't work. Like Friday, we had an amazing day, probably our best day with the bot. And then Monday, I was like, you know what? Flip it over, do something different. And here we are. Now the stats do look better. Like that, is without question. Stats are much better for this version than the previous one. But on the previous one, we might get a trade here. On the previous one, the inverse was better than the trend. And so we'll see. Like I think if I change this one to the inverse, the stats will be even better, which would be phenomenal. So we'll see. We'll see. Short position here. As you guys can kind of tell, like this would be a much better long position at this extended rate, but let's just let price do its thing here. We'll do a buy 3, put it up here. Let's extend price a little bit. Let's see. You guys see what I mean? Like we would much rather be in a long off of this than a short, but we'll give it space. Yeah, I'm kind of imagining this money being green, not red right now. It's kind of where my head's at. Or waiting for this candle to close, then going short. We're gonna test both of those. Okay. So dancing, and this is a volatile spot. Price could easily extend down and just continue to go down, get lower. It could easily run straight back up, which I think it's going to. But I could be wrong. Happy to be wrong, especially with this. If we retest this low though, that'd be sick. This is kind of what I was assuming would happen here. This price would test, but ultimately we would roll back up. ATR is so low right now. ATR sitting at 9. Man, we typically just don't get this at this early in the morning. That's why it's so choppy. Okay. Price curling up. Yeah. This is kind of what I assume price would want to do off this. Hmm. Okay, come back and test this low again, and then I think repel and go straight up. It's kind of what I think is going to happen here, although I'm very much open to being wrong. Good. We'll take that. Good. All right. There's half of that off. Good. We'll do another little stop right there. Okay, we're out. Good trade. Took a little bit, but solid trade. You guys can kind of see that our entry was a little bit like just off. Um, if we could fix that a little bit and just get it to be a little higher, like if we could have gone short off of this, man, that'd have been sick. So that's what I want to tinker with as well. I don't mind taking the trend and getting my 11 points. I just don't necessarily want to be in the trade right here, deal with all of this drawdown, and then have to hope that I get just a banger of a candle to get me back to profit and then in profit at a nice rate. Although this thing could continue to go down, like cool, that could continue to happen for sure. But I would just much rather be in this trade up here than down here. It's not a huge amount, but like based off candle structure, I'd much rather be in this trade around like this high than somewhere down here. Now I definitely have to wait for price to clear out in reverse. So do you reference higher time frames? Kelvin, no, I do not. I do not reference higher time frames. Great question. Great question. But no, I do not. And for me, the reason for it is if I'm manually trading, it's just too much information for me. Every move I look for has a time frame that contradicts exactly what I'm looking for. So when I'm manually trading, no, it didn't help. It really hurt my win rate a ton, actually. When I'm trading with the bot looking at a higher time frame, because I'm going off candle structure, it would take me a lot. I would just get way less trades, but probably the same win rate. And if I switch this over to a different time frame, those candles actually end up being a little bit less predictable when it comes to the stats on this bot. So I don't trade a higher time frame. I don't reference a higher time frame. For me personally, like everybody's a little bit different, but I just say trade the chart you're looking at. Trade the chart you're looking at. If you want to look at higher time frames, you absolutely can. But for the most part, like you're taking trades off one time frame. Like I know people like to draw support and resistance and take trades off of that, but at the end of the day, like if you're gonna draw support and resistance and take trades off of it on the 4 hour or the hour, and then you take trades on the 1 minute, you're trading off the hourly chart. So a little bit backwards of logic there, but not for me. Higher time frame is not for me. Try to keep it as simple as possible. How much we make on that? 70 bucks, 80 bucks, 40 bucks? Not much. ATR has given us nothing. We are just no volume this morning. Now that does mean that we probably get volume in the afternoon, which we'll take. So that'd be nice, but nothing good this morning, huh? Nothing yet, at least. So my theory or idea was, again, we're going to test both of these, and so maybe you guys in the chat let me know like which one you'd prefer. So the idea is we would either go short like right here or right here, one of these two. I don't know exactly which way the calculation will fall, but imagine here, I'll make it red. Can't see that. Make it yellow. How about that? Imagine we were to go short like at one of these spots, okay? One of these two, right? We go short either here, which I don't think we would be able to get. So we go short right here. Technically, yeah, we go short right here. And so our trade max profit would have been 9.5 points. So there's that. That's one test we're going to run. The other would be that we would go long off of this signal right here. So we end up getting it like right here. That we would go long off of this. Okay. I'll draw it again, like right here. We would go long off of that. And so kind of two options here as far as what we're going to test, like which one of these is better. For, in my opinion, like this trade right here, this nice little pop right there, that's 6 points. Like that's decent. Now this overall, it would be much better to go long than short. That was 17 points right there. That's sick. But this is kind of the idea is would I rather go short on this move, but just enter probably right here and then capture this entire candle right there? Or would I rather go long off of this and then maybe take this drawdown and wait and hopefully we catch some of this? That's kind of the idea that that I'm tinkering with. We're going to test both of those. We'll see which one has a better chance of being profitable. So we'll see. You guys let me know what you'd rather have. Rather trade the trend or trade the reversals. Trading reversals is tough because you will enter trades and literally be like, why am I in this trade? It's the worst trade possible. That happens because it happens to me all the time. But sometimes you'll get into a trade and you won't be confident in it, and it will just be an absolute just heater of a trade. Today, I'll be honest with you, we haven't had any like good trades. Maybe let's turn this bot off and turn the other one back on. Let's do that. Let's see what happens here. I gotta make sure that one's sitting in the right spot still, but let me make sure we do the back test, make sure that everything's incorrect. Let's turn the other one back on here. 23, 25. Is that right? Okay. Then let's do this and make sure that. Perfect. All right. I think we got the right spot here. Let's test the other one now. Let's just trade the other one for this next little half hour. We'll see. I feel like depending the market, you can determine what best for the day. Callie, that, my friend, would not be the best thing to do. That would be the antithesis of what a good idea would be, actually. Because the truth is that as traders, if we were good at spotting trends and reversals, then we wouldn't need this. We would just do it already. The thing about price is that everything looks like it's choppy till it's not, and everything looks like a trend until it's not. That's why we have to use some different logic here. So trying to flip back and forth, that'll probably end up in you having like a 50 to 60% win rate and more losses than wins, and bigger losses than wins. So that is not an option, unfortunately, or well, fortunately for you actually. That is not an option. You would not want to see that. Because here's the thing, like, is this, you tell me, like, is this chop or is this trend right here? Like, is this choppy or is this trend? I can make a case for both. And depending on how many points you're seeking per trade, like, you could make the argument that going long or short off of this makes sense. And so it's much better just to stick with one than to bounce back and forth. I'll tell you right now that the reversal strategy is much better. It's just sometimes I just don't like the fact that we get into like a long right here is just tough. Like small, and then we have a huge drawdown, then we get back to it, and it's kind of good. Now this strategy, the reason that I'm not using this one is it needs to be updated because it cuts off trades a little bit too much. Like it's just not what I'm into. But like some of these trades are really good. Like this is a very choppy day. But some of these trade trends, our trend trades would be really good. That makes sense. So no, we don't want to flip back and forth because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of having the strategy. Like this is kind of my idea for how I'd like to trade if I could, which would be like this long, like this long right here because you get this entire candle. This long right here because you get this entire move. This short right here because you get this entire move. This long is tough, but you still have enough room. This long is tough because there's not very much room there. So this one would be like you have to exit quickly. And then this short would be okay. We have this, but we have to deal with all of that. And so from 60 to 69, 9 points of drawdown, not terrible for what could end up being 60 to, it's about even right now, 8 points of profit max, which by the way, profit's right there, like this level right there. So I don't know yet. That's why we let the stats do it. Like if you use your eyeballs, like you always be like, damn, the other side's better, and I have to get better at that. That's just one thing that I have to start doing or make sure that I do is like, okay, got into a bad trade, happens. And so then we have to rely on making sure that we keep our size the right amount. Here's a long right here. Okay, there's $57. There's $6 $20 right there. So really good trade there. Okay, to start, let's move this up a little bit. Nice pop. Here we're even. $20. Down a little, up a little. Okay. Good. I do it again. Just didn't take. Okay, we'll take some off the table right there. We'll do another one. Okay, good. Took some profit. All right, now what? Okay, another long position here is opened up, but we're not in that trade because we're still in this one. Okay. Probably gonna break even on this trade if we get our stop hit. All right, that's price, good. We were profitable, now we're not. Let's see. Price is moving quick. Okay, this is crazy. If price gets the profit, I'm definitely taking that. But let's see what we get here. I'm gonna move my stop up to like right there. If price dances below that, then it just hits it, and not a big deal. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was a smart move. All right, so we're back to what? 360. So we're trading back a little bit of profit there. So really good open to that trade. That's kind of what I mean. Is like, would this be a better short trade? Yeah, this one would. But we had decent profit to begin the trade, and we got profitable again a little bit. Um, Actually, this is the candle right here. So we had a nice chance of getting profitable right there. But like this would be a much better short trade right here. This specific trade would be. And so I want to test that. I want to go short off of this, deal with that, and then try to capture this. That would be sick. Um, and so we're going to do both. That's why I want to test all of these, kind of all the different mixtures. Entry type, trade type, we're going to test both. So we have kind of that you know 4 sets of tests. We're going to mix and match all of them to see what the best combination is. And then from there, whatever the best combo is, then we'll stick with that. And then from there, we'll just work on updating it so that it takes smarter trades, but we won't dance with trend versus reversal. Because now like it kind of feels like we're in a trend, but if we fast forward a couple candles, we might find ourselves in a in kind of a stagnating sideways market. So we'll see. We'll see here. Let's see what we got. But yeah, we definitely don't want to go back and forth on the day. I would say that there are times and there are hours and there are minutes in the day where um, you have trend versus you have reversal kind of action. You have sitting versus moving markets. And I would even say that if the ATR is a little bit higher, that we could be like in the wrong type of trade, but we get in at the right time and we make money. Like I'm all for that. So here's price eating up our position here. So our entry was up here. So we need about another point to get profitable. So we're gonna have to wait for that. Wait for that bad boy. And we wait. What did the other bot say? Other one says to go short. And so like this is exactly what I mean. Is really good trade right here, but like what the hell is that? Do you see what I mean? And so if we went long right here, not good. If we went long right here, fantastic. But go short here, good. Short here, not good. Short here, not good. Short here, not great. So kind of a mixing and matching. There is the, I think, possibility to take some of these trades off. I can just take less trades. I think that's probably something we'll have to look into a little bit. Instead of taking 75 or 100 trades a day, we take 50 trades a day. So we would cut down on about half of these. That's a possibility, and that might increase our win rate. But I don't know that I love that idea, because if the strategy is good enough, you want to trade as many times as possible. So that's my commitment. I'm not interested in bots that trade 200 times a year and it's got an 85% win rate and it's incredible. Like, no, like you have no idea if that thing's any good or not. You have no clue. You have no clue. So I'd rather us walk with a sample size of 50,000, 100,000 trades than we know. Like, it's pretty good, or it's not good and we need to scrap it. But we're off in the right direction, I think. Should take us a little longer to get there than I want to. Short position here. Okay. We want to go buy limit up here. Buy stop. Okay, give us some drawdown. Now let's see if this drawdown leads to a profitable trade or a negative trade. We need to put this stuff up there. Kind of noisy. Even. Okay. We're about 3 points off from our entry. So we're okay with that. Now let us see what we want to do with this one. Okay, price is really sitting, so I do expect a big candle to come. I just don't know which way it's going to come. Okay, that is the opposite of what I would like to see. That's for sure. All right. Can price get above this 57 level? If it can, then I'm looking at probably exiting this trade. If it can't, then I've got a chance. And then I guess the final straw would be that 59 level. We're about 4 points away from that. Damn. I mean, we just get buyers, sellers back and forth. I got a feeling that we're going to get one of these trades where we're going to get profitable if we're lucky. And it's going to be quick. It's not going to be huge. It's going to be fast. Let's wait and see. And this will be a much better long position so far. Now, okay, we're getting pretty close to that 59 level. We'll hover over our closeout position here. The numbers of our P&L being pretty small, like I don't really care too much about that right now. Our goal is to just test as many trades as we can. And so I'm going to play smaller. as we get like the final version of this done and I'm like excited about everything and I know there are going to be some losses, but I can deal with that, then we'll add some more size to this. But we have to first kind of figure out, okay, what are the drawbacks to these strategies? And then how much drawdown could I reasonably expect per trade? If I'm going to win, 3 out of every 4 trades, can I max that out and try to win, 3, 4, 500 bucks a trade? Could I do that? Or should I just keep it small the entire time and just take a little bit as I can? So like this strategy here, like probably best off keeping it a little bit smaller because we could step in front of some trades that aren't great. I kind of like this one right here. We'd step in front of this thing and just get wiped out if we didn't exit fast enough. This one too. It's like these 2 trades I need to get rid of and move them like down here. So like if that's the case, be a little more careful, less size. But if we had like a long right here, long right here, long like this trade here, boom, and that's short, like that's perfect. Okay, so his price come back down a little bit. All right, let's see, even, good. Again, like I said, we're probably gonna get a little bit of profit and it'll be quick. Now let's see if price tests this low here. And now I got to figure out if it wants to go below this and run down and get to here, or does it want to go up here, get up here and test this high up here? Let's find out. We're really sitting, but now we're kind of in like a no fun zone. Is my signal bad? You guys let me know. My service bad? My computer was giving me a little delay. Let's make sure. Man, I'm gonna be here till the end of time. ATR is at 6. I mean, this is just no fun. Let's see if we can bump up our risk a little bit since we got nothing going on right now. Move it back to 8. Still sitting. All right. Again, we get lower than this 848 level, we got a chance. We saw, there we go. Okay, let's price some more. Good. Don't do that. There we go. I was gonna say, don't do that thing that you'd like to do. Move it above even. All right, we'll take it. So small victory there. Ooh, we didn't get a long. I'll manually take this long position here. Let's go 8. I'll manually take this one. I'll close it out fast too. Since we weren't able to get that signal, let's just see. Get a little more action in our day. This one could be tough. See how much drawdown we need to deal with first. There's 20 bucks, good. $32, good. Back to even. Let's do, that's fine. Let's take the whole thing off if we get there. So we'll go like right here, out of our stop. Okay, so we're about 3 points off from the entry as far as price goes. Let's see if we can get price to roll up here and start going higher. 20 bucks, 12, 8, 28, good. 32, damn. That's bullish price action. Let's see. Good. I want to see price run, but I don't want to give it, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't want to give it enough room that it could just take me out like that. All right, so down 373. So we're battling back a little bit. Oh man, that's kind of what I was assuming would happen. This thing could even go higher. I just didn't want it to dance down and then like come all the way back down. But I probably need to be okay with that, considering that we're probably giving up a little bit. So overall, solid trade there. I think we got it like right there. 8 points up for, I don't know, 3.5, 4 points down. Like, we'll take that. Looked ugly, but ended up working out okay. All right. All right. Okay, so right decision there as far as getting out goes. And today is just not the day for anything to play hero with any of this, if that makes sense. Like, just chill kind of thing. Take your profit, call it a day. Let's move this to 4 so I can actually take some trails on this. Um, let's see if we get a long off of this. Come on, baby. Okay, sick. Nice. 128, 144. Very nice. Okay, good. Let's do another one. So put that one right there. Good. Nice. Let's say, get your ass back up there. There we go. Nice. Okay, we tried it. We didn't hold. All right. Solid. Probably a little bit of room we could have held there, but we traded that back down. That's 120 bucks there. So super solid on that trade. So like as we kind of talked about, like today is probably a much better day for reversals. Um, or even just like right now is a much better time for reversals over trying to trade the trend. Okay. So we have both. We're going to see which one is better, and then we're going to try to refine some of these entries, so that we can get a much better chance. Like I don't know if I love this spot for a long right there, right here, but this one's incredible, right? Like this is an incredible spot for a long. You really can't beat that. And so that's good. The question just becomes like, how do we maybe delete out this trade? Um, really, it shouldn't even be open. Honestly, this trade shouldn't even be open. We'll figure that out though. So maybe we can optimize this one out just by the settings. But like we gotta get rid of these two and move them down here. You know how we gotta do that? We got to do that. Hopefully everyone is having a good morning so far. My reversal bot is putting me in a better mood than what I was in just a minute ago. So that's nice. Because there's just like sometimes you just see these trades and you're like, dog, I know that thing is like in this case right now, I have no idea where price is gonna go. But sometimes you're looking at this and you're like, bro, price is not about to reverse, Like this is not a good trade. And then sometimes you're like, bro, this is not gonna turn out well. And then boom, price rolls up for you. And it's like, all right, worked out a little bit for me. So, that kind of thing. But we'll see. Let's bump up the risk a little bit more. We'll do like a couple more trades here. Hope we don't blow up our account, but let's move up our risk just a tad for the next trade here. Excuse me. We'll see. ATR is sitting, you're probably bumping up a little bit. It's sitting at 8, 9 at the peak. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll deal with it at least, you know. All right. Price still open here. We can trade into about 11, I guess. We'll definitely want to get one more trade. I don't know if how many more we're gonna get, but waiting and waiting and waiting. Short position here. This one's gonna be tricky because I don't know if I believe in this. I Yeah, I don't know if I believe in this bad boy. We're gonna see though. I kind of like price going up here. I don't love the entry for a long, but I do like the position. Let's see. If we get price to kind of shoot down to this 45 level, that'd be sick. But we'll see. Okay. All right. I'm willing to give this one a candle or two of green movement before we get back to even. So let's just wait for it. Okay, L there. Okay, we'll close that one out. Change out my look here for a second. Black. Update my thing. Okay, so this would have been a much better long, I guess. This trade would have been. So, all right, fair enough. See if we get a new one here. We'll do one more trade. We'll bump up the risk one more time. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Not a big deal. Let's go. Let's go 20 these bad boys. Let's just go a full two micros or two minis. Let's just see. This trade could take a while, so we'll trade one more time and then we'll get out of here. Because I'm excited about our updates, but I'm not necessarily excited about this version just yet. So there's good stuff. And what I want, since you guys will be managing these trades, is like I want this thing to win enough times that you guys all have the ability to call it a day while you're in profit, if that makes sense. Is my signal bad? Let me know. No, it's not. Okay, cool. Now I want you guys to be able to take this stuff and really run with it, you know. But sometimes it can be hard to do that. Let's go style. We gotta make these like darker. Blue, no. Red. Go like a darker blue. Boom. Boom. Stop loss will be red. Thick. Stop is up here for this trade, so kind of a bit of ways away because the ATR is so low. It's at what, 7. Let's flip that over and go make it black or something. Just anything else. VWAP down here, not worried about it, so I'm gonna get off the chart. Good. We are 6 points out, but ATR is a little higher than it was before, but not very much. See if we can get to that. We'll take one more. Now, unfortunately, I have a feeling that if we were to go short off of this, I don't know that I'd love it. Markets are up pretty good today. Stuff my cryptos can't see those. Roku is doing great. And so stepping in front of this move while price and the markets are obviously, kind of rolling up here could be a little tricky. Let's see if I can get my canvas just like a little less white. How about that? No, I'll get used to it. This one could meander for a while. Could meander for a while. Appreciate you guys sticking around though. Happy to have you guys. Go a little longer than we usually do today. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys like the live stream and subscribe if you are new around here. We're 3 subs out from 1,000, which is pretty cool. We didn't really start posting on this channel until November, like late November as well. Oh, maybe I can check that. When did I start like really posting on this? I gotta look at the analytics and tell. Manage channel analytics say that to last 365 early November. Okay, so yeah, November 4. So we've been at this thing for a few months now. November, December, January, February. So 4 months and change now. 4 months and like a week we've been on it. So hopefully in the next 4 months we grow this bad boy even more. We were sitting at damn like no subs. No, we were sitting at how many were we at? That doesn't track that. Okay, never mind. How many subs did I have at that time? I don't even know. Anyway, yeah. So I really appreciate you guys sticking around and helping grow this bad boy because I'm excited about it, but we got more to do. Got a lot more to do. Wait for this trade to close though first. Mhm. Now, if we get to this level here, this is where we get like a partial stop. And so that could be our take profit if we get to this point. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for this trade to occur before we get there. But all right. Okay. Signal. Good. So we should be ready for a new trade here, it looks like. Potentially. We'll wait another 30 seconds or so. Looks like we might have another trade. So let's wait. Nothing yet. All right. So this trade finally gets profitable after all of that, which is unbelievable, honestly. Um, okay. So we'll wait to see what happens here. Okay. Long trade here. We get a fill first. Let's see. Hello. No fill yet. Curious as to why. We'll take it ourselves. Okay. Entry right there. Do a partial right here. Sell. Okay. Let's wait and see. Ideally, we want to see price pop above this and run, and maybe retest this entire candle up here. So let's watch and let that happen here. If we'll see if it happens. Price is moving quick. We're having a tough time keeping up. There we go. It's 130. Good. 150. Very nice. Good. 84. We'll take half off right there. Okay. We'll do another sell 10. Whoa. All right. So price really flipped on us. That was quick. See if we can get back to even on this one and let price roll up. We're testing lower, which is fine. Let's see if price wants to test this and then run away, or if it's just gonna stop us all the way. Let's see what we got. Don't love that. All right, we're out. So I think we broke even on that trade, or almost broke even on that trade. So not great for today. All right, good little day two with this bot. Okay, you guys can kind of see why I'd want to improve this one. Turn them both off for just a second. You can see why I want to improve this one. Maybe we got in the way of this trade a little bit like too early. Like maybe this trade could have occurred at this candle right here. Like that might have been a much better spot. Kind of like we had over here. Same kind of deal. So interesting. I think there's more to do. Again, the stats on these is that the newer version that went short right here, which again was a tough trade, it's just a terrible spot. Um, this one's probably a much better. Actually, that's a much better spot here, right there. It's 7 points versus 5 points of drawdown and counting. Geez, 11 points now. So like this strategy is better financially. It's better for your wallet. But the spots that it enters trades isn't great. So I don't love that. So we got to fix this one. And then I also want to test the opposite, which is just going and taking the opposite side of these trades with an inverse. So we'll test both of those tomorrow. Probably just test one tomorrow, as one will clearly be better than the other. And then I think we have a real chance at by the end of the week having this thing done and ready to go. So we'll probably test tomorrow. Excuse me, geez, test tomorrow. And then what we'll do is probably test it again on Wednesday, assuming everything is correct. And then we have a chance maybe Thursday, Friday of getting this in some of your guys' hands. So I'm thinking that that could be the timeline. If there's a setback, then we'll look at next week, early next week. But I'm thinking that for right now, we're probably sitting in a spot where we can get it done. So this week, which is exciting. So very, very exciting. Just a couple small things to refine here. This strategy is the one that we're going to go with. It's the one that's got the best win rate and best profitability. So A plus there. Now the idea is, okay, from here, we just want to refine some of those entries a little bit better. So here's kind of where we're sitting at 82.95%, 1.59 profit factor. So like really good, but we got to improve some of these entries. I think that'll really help us out. So anyway, I will see y'all. Thanks for tapping in today. More modifications, but we are inching our way to the finish line. So happy to have you guys on this journey, and we will continue to document and win some trades. All right, I will see y'all. You guys have a great one. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, doing the same thing, hopefully better. Peace.